Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively, we are the Office Blokes, aren't we?
Yep, we are.
Correct.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty true. What is the World Baseball Classic?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is it like the World Cup of baseball? Maybe.
it's just like team like USA.
Yeah, team
I
countries.
don't know who else plays baseball.
Puerto
Japan,
Rico, Japan.
Japan. Is
Yeah,
it,
a lot
I
of
think?
South American teams.
Yeah.
Central
South
American.
of course. Yeah.
Yeah. I know it is popular, but I know there's a lot of jabs about being world champions when you're the only country that play it.
That's in the MLB, innit?
people say that about.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that
I
there
can
is.
tell you
actually-
something on my sports knowledge that I have. Right, this World Baseball Classic. Great Britain have actually won it in 1938.
Really?
Did we?
Yeah.
There must have been a load of Americans over at the time, just before the Second World War or
I'm
something.
thinking our team we've got now ain't British.
1938, did you say?
1938.
Yeah. Wow.
Just before the war.
Yeah.
Probably might want to
Those are
start
American
it.
troops based over in the UK. I'm
Bait him
guessing.
with the cup. Hey, fuck off.
Champions.
That's an interesting one, that though. You just wouldn't expect it because we've obviously got cricket. But I think baseball did come from cricket, didn't it?
I think maybe more rounders than cricket.
I thought it was when, like the early 1800s, when there was Brits going over there and sort of colonising and stuff. I thought it was like a take on that.
Don't know. It's very
Not
similar.
sure, to be honest.
Very, very similar to like bait rounders, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'd have to have someone tell us about that.
But
I
anyway,
think.
this is the World Baseball Classic.
Let's find out what it is then.
Let's find out what it is.
What is the World
It's on
Baseball
at the moment.
Classic?
What if we told you that this year you could travel the world in just 9 innings? Yep, for the first time since the United States won its only title, thanks to a dramatic Adam Jones leaping catch in 2017, the World Baseball Classic has returned. From Japan to Puerto Rico, Nicaragua to Israel, and everywhere in between, get your geography textbooks out because we're going positively international. So, quick question. What's the deal with the World Baseball Classic? Now, the World Baseball Classic isn't the first international baseball competition in history. In fact, the sport has been worldwide for more than 100 years. Yes, those are Major League players in front of the actual Sphinx during a world tour in 1889. Baseball has even been part of the Olympics off and on since 1904, and could be back again in the future. And when the sport was still a fledgling child in merry old England,
Baseball is rather like an intensive form of rounders with added pep and fireworks.
they actually defeated the United States in a 5-game test
There you go.
series in 1938. But this year,
You get the cookie for that one, I think.
Headingley, yeah. Wow.
So that she just did allude to it being an English sport, though, didn't she?
It sounded that way, didn't it? Like it
Yeah.
was founded in England.
Yeah.
I thought there was some link to it being English because I'm sure I've heard a trivia question about
Yeah.
it that's you just wouldn't expect.
Yeah, I didn't know. But she did say as well, a form of rounders.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's very different to cricket.
It is really, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah. I was supposedly going off bat size, I think, because rounders it's about that big, isn't it?
It's everything. Bat the ball, the field, the way the field's laid out.
Yeah.
You know, it's quite a lot different, really.
Yeah.
But champions, 1938.
I know. Yeah.
the World Baseball Classic is the biggest ever, with the overall field growing from 16 teams to 20. And they'll all be battling it out for the title of the world's best. Now, if you're looking for the most top-level info, like when and where, we've got you. Games will be played across Taiwan, Japan, Phoenix, and Miami from March 8th to March 21st. But we know you wouldn't come all the way to Quick Question just for something so easily Googleable. No, you want to know who you should be watching. Yes, we have traditional baseball powerhouses like Japan, whose roster features the man himself, Shohei Ohtani. The only player in baseball history to pitch and hit with such remarkable skill. Their roster also has young starter Roki Sasaki.
Roki Sasaki, I think, is probably the name that you're going to hear so much in this tournament, is the Japanese phenom who basically almost threw 2 perfect games last year in the NPB. He has a 100-mile-per-hour fastball, was born in 2001. he's going to be a big star in baseball.
Japan won the first 2 tournaments in 2006 and 2009, and they'll be looking to take back the title in 2023, starting by playing on their home turf in Tokyo. But they'll have to get by South Korea, featuring Jung-ho Lee, the reigning MVP award winner in the KBO.
He's become a huge star in the KBO, one of the best players in that league, despite being one of the youngest. He is the son of a legendary KBO player. That's a guy that I think is going to have potential to be one of the best Korean hitters of all time, coming over to Major League Baseball at some point.
Is Major League Baseball the height of it then?
I imagine it's like the Premier League. Yeah,
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Really,
it's where the money is. It's where the fans are. It's where where it's the real deal, isn't it?
So I'm guessing these big stars from Japan, Korea, everywhere, they want to come over to the States and play there.
When I used to go and watch baseball, there used to be quite a few Japanese players. I think like Hideki Matsui, I think his name, and there was another Hideki who played for the Yankees. Someone will tell me the name in the comments, but there was loads of them at the time.
Yeah,
coming over from Japan.
Yeah,
it's a big baseball nation, Japan.
Yeah, it sounds
huge.
like it. Yeah,
I mean, I know they're talking about this guy being Korean, so I think I've never heard of the Korean baseball organization or whatever it stands for. That O.
Yeah.
But it's it looks like another one that's not like a feeder. A lot of these are feeder sort of like leagues into the MLB.
Yeah, I would guess so. Yeah.
But I think that when you look at the MLB, I mean, there's a lot of like South Americans, Central Americans, Caribbean.
Yeah, of course there is. Yeah. That's because it's big there in Mexico, Nicaragua, places like that. Cuba, yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah, big game.
Team USA's roster is equally stacked, with superstars Mike Trout,
Back to the wall. That ball's gone.
Mookie Betts,
Makes the catch.
Nolan Arenado,
Worth the price of admission just to see him play defense.
and more, all joining the squad in hopes of repeating their championship run after the 2017 World Baseball Classic. But Puerto Rico, who have finished second in each of the last 2 tournaments, will do its best to finally take home the prize. Whether it's with a massive homer from Francisco Lindor,
What a shot.
a Javier Baez no-look tag,
Never even look at the tag.
or perhaps by taking over the world, one bleached blonde head at a time. And we can't forget the Dominican Republic, winners of the 2013 tournament. You may as well just call this club a dream team, with players like Rafael Devers, Sandy Alcantara, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Juan Soto, and more suited.
Slap ass. That's what I'm seeing there, right?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm guessing a lot of these guys are already playing the MLB.
Yeah.
They must do, mustn't they?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But the question I've got on this is someone will be able to answer me. They've not touched on it yet. I know these 2 different leagues. It's like the American League and the National League in baseball. And one of them has a rule where I think the pitcher doesn't bat, something like that. Right?
Okay.
So it's like you have a dedicated hitter that comes in for the pitcher. So I'm wondering which rules do they use?
Interesting.
Yeah, because it was especially for the Japanese guy before, because apparently he was a big star doing both, wasn't he? So
So I'm wondering which one they use where. Does the catcher bat? Or is that even changed now? It might not be. It might all be the same now. I don't
realise there was 2 leagues like that.
Yeah.
So like New York Yankees, they won't play in both leagues or anything. It's just
New York
one
Yankees
or the
and New
other.
York Mets are in 2 different leagues. One's in the National League, one's in the American League.
Wow, I never knew that.
And then that's how you get the World Series at the end.
I'm sure someone can let us know about that in the comment section.
Yeah.
Wow.
Suiting up for the DR squad. Oh, and their fans? They make every matchup feel like a home game.
Dominicans, Latinos in general, we are loud. So when you
They're not a
have
party, don't they?
the country
just
being
a bit.
represented on such a large stage, the fans are going to go nuts. The WBC, it's the best of the best. That's why I think there's so much heart in it. That's why there's so much love and passion.
The point is, baseball is not just an international game, but one with some incredible talent spread all around the globe.
So many of baseball's biggest stars today are not American, but a lot of the big personalities of the sport are given an opportunity to shine as full people, not just as athletes.
But if you've ever watched the World Cup, March Madness, or even a really compelling season of Top Chef, you know it's not just the obvious favorites that get you tuning in. We all want an underdog story to get behind. In 2017, that was Team Israel and their mensch on a bench.
He's a mascot, he's a friend, he's a teammate.
Upsetting South Korea.
I'm not sure about touting like world competitions of sport with top chefs. Not having that.
It was a bit. That was it. Excuse the pun, bit of a curveball, wasn't it? Really.
I'm not having that.
Putting that in, but
I think the idea is.
I'm not having it though.
It's for,
No,
I
I get the
I know
idea,
what you're saying,
not having
but
it.
it's just who at home you're rooting for if you don't have a dog in the team, a dog in the fight.
Yeah.
So because there's only 20 countries actually, she said, didn't she, that are entered.
yeah.
You know, it's like watching Bake Off and wanting them to win.
Can't compare.
I know it doesn't compare.
Doesn't compute in my head. Does it you?
Yeah, it's a bit of a. Yeah.
I mean, someone making cakes or someone pitching 100-mile fastballs.
It's not the best analogy in the world, is it? Really?
Cakes.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, sorry.
You stick with your Bake Off, mate.
Korea in a 2-1 10-inning shocker that year to advance to the second round.
Strikes out and Team Israel wins it, and how about that?
And this year, your choice might be between Great Britain, a team whose journey to the Classic was started by Mariners' top prospect, Harry Ford, and finished in the aftermath of the Queen's death, with the team planting the Union Jack on the field while singing God Save the King.
Great Britain, they was doubting us. We want Team USA, we going for Team USA.
Interesting accent.
I'm not thinking any of them are British.
Good old laugh from Burnage there.
Yeah, I'd just love to see what nationalities they are. I bet there's no Brits.
Well,
you might get one or two, but again,
I bet the coach isn't British. The head coach. I bet the first base coach isn't British.
it might be Commonwealth teams.
I bet the only British one in there is probably something like, I don't know, the nutrition coach.
It'll be
Something like that.
It'll be the one token ginger guy.
No, there won't be any of them. I'm not playing baseball, mate. No chance. They're like fishing and stuff like that. Shooting.
Bake Off.
I wonder what the rules are on that. If it's a direct parent or a grandparent.
No, I think it's whoever wants to pick you.
What's the
Fancy a game? Fancy a game?
FIFA rules are a little bit different.
But I suppose you look at people like Mo Farah. I think he just became a citizen, didn't he?
Yeah, he's from Somalia,
Yeah.
wasn't he, or something like that.
So it wasn't like he had British parents.
No.
He just got citizenship over here
correct.
and then was
Yeah,
allowed
because
to
he was over
represent.
at quite a fairly young age, I think, wasn't he? 8, 9, wasn't he? Yeah, that's right.
So maybe it's a similar thing. Maybe there's a few Americans that have moved over here, age 35, and
I was
decided
gonna say,
to take up the game.
Yeah.
I imagine there's not many natural British playing. It's not a sport we play.
It's
I
not
not
something
thought so. No, it's not like a big. Not
Not at that
over
level,
here, is it?
anyway.
No.
We're
Yeah.
playing at that level.
It's not like we've got
Exactly.
the infrastructure for someone to really flourish, is it?
Well, I've got teams over here,
There's
but we've
baseball
got
leagues,
local ones,
yeah.
haven't we? But,
Yeah.
we've
But
got
I imagine
local
they're all
ones, but-
American as well.
Yeah.
When you go down.
It's to
Hey,
what,
buddy.
Yeah.
it's to what level are you playing at, though, isn't it? Because if you're not playing against high level, I think a lot of people aren't going to develop as much as they possibly could. Someone that's talented playing in a shit league versus someone that's talented playing against the best of the best, one of them's going to flourish.
It's a bit like cricket.
Yeah,
when you go
of course.
into cricket and you look at like certain countries' teams, a lot of them are not from that country. Like England, for example.
Yeah.
Is
A
it
lot
just
of our-
is it
a
just
lot of our
us?
English top teams are not English.
Yeah.
If you look at our top players over the years,
A lot of South Africans.
Owen Morgan,
Yeah.
you know, people are Irish. You know, you got like people like Strauss, South African.
Yeah.
Kevin Peterson, South African. There's a lot. Alan Lam was from
Alan
somewhere
Lamu, South Africa as well. wasn't he?
somewhere like that, Namibia or somewhere.
Yeah.
But he was.
I'm all right with it.
Yeah, he got loads of them. They're not English,
Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah.
but I imagine it's similar to.
Happens
it.
more in certain sports than others, doesn't it? Happens a lot more in cricket, I think, than
Yeah, it does.
say football.
I don't think it's governed as much in cricket than it is in like football. Football, you've got to be a direct descendant, haven't you?
Yeah, I think the criteria is a lot looser in cricket, isn't it? I think.
That's the Chinese team that they're showing, and we.
Is it?
It says on the shirt there. See, Chinese.
Oh yeah.
And
Is that
we've-
not a sponsor?
it could- I am wrong about everything, aren't I? Why would it say?
You're on the roll today, Dave.
Why,
honestly.
no, I don't know. I'm wrong.
I assume it is.
I'm not wrong there. I'm not having that. What I was going to say is we've had a significant influx of people from Hong Kong and stuff coming over, getting citizenship and living here. So I wonder if the Great Britain team could have some talented
Table
Chinese
tennis.
players on it.
Table tennis players. Table tennis will got the brilliant at table
Yeah.
tennis Chinese.
Oh, yeah,
Are they?
amazing.
Yeah, Hong Kong,
Yeah.
really good. Squash,
right.
table tennis.
Wow.
Yeah, really good. Badminton.
Trying to throw me under the bus with that one. I'm not having that.
Or Chinese
Oh, it's Taiwan,
Taipei.
isn't it? Oh, mate. It's
who will
Taiwan.
begin
That's
their
what I meant.
tournament by
Chinese
playing on their
Taipei.
home field with Pirates prospect Sung Chae Chang. But the supreme underdog of all underdogs to watch out for is the Czech Republic. Despite the nation not having a major leaguer since at least 1952, and with nearly every player playing in the local league while holding a day job, they managed to upset the heavily favored Spain 3-1 to punch their ticket.
Baseball classic, Republic Czech.
The team's manager is the leading neurologist in Brno. Its best pitcher is a firefighter, missing a game every week because he has to be at the firehouse. And another pitcher...
It kind of is like a working class sport, though, isn't it? I think in its roots, a lot of people had jobs years ago.
I'm guessing it's one of those where to go onto a field to just play with your mates, it wouldn't cost you a lot.
No, that's
Had
right.
a bat and a ball,
Yeah.
you could pretty much... It's
play
like
with a stick,
taking a
couldn't
football
you?
just for a kickabout, isn't it? You know, you can just do it throwing the
Play with a
ball,
plank
just
of wood.
catching. Yeah.
Don't have to be a bat.
You know, or just a glove and in a ball, just catching it. So it's one of those. It's probably a lot more attainable. Say, example, ice hockey, which obviously you know yourself with your relations.
Yeah,
and
equipment's
it's
very
really,
expensive.
really expensive.
Oh, they spend a fortune on it, and also every weekend they're having to everyone in the van and travel a couple 100 miles sometimes.
I can imagine. And there's only a finite amount of places you can play it on as well.
Yeah,
Whereas
ice.
Other one, ice, exactly. Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you're in Iceland or something, you're laughing, aren't you? But
What, where it's rocky?
yeah.
Mountainous.
All right.
Got to put some heat back on
Antarctica.
a game every week because he has to be at the firehouse. And another pitcher is the team's media manager, having to get a replacement to fill in for him when he's on the mound. Trust us when we say these guys know no bounds when it comes to multitasking. The whole thing starts on March 8th, and just like the World Cup, it will begin with pool play. 4 groups of 5 teams will play each other, with 2 clubs from each advancing. They'll take each other down, pitch by pitch, hit by hit, until the very end, when only one team raises the trophy. This is the World Baseball Classic. Baseball like you've never seen before, with more surprises, excitement, and unbelievable talent in a month you'd least expect it. Are you ready?
Here are...
Yeah, I'm ready.
She is. Yeah, that's it seems
It's pretty impressive. There's quite a lot of teams there, isn't there?
Well, we're underway already.
Yeah.
The competition's underway. We've played the USA and Colombia so far.
Right.
I don't know if we've had another game, but I know we've played them too.
Have we
Because
done?
Colombia was last night because I saw it advertised on TV and Colombia was spelt wrong.
Oh,
And it
yeah.
bothered me to shit.
Wind up.
And I thought, I'm going to watch that in a minute. I'm going to watch it anyway. I got watching something else. Police chases.
Right, fair enough.
So I turned it on. I didn't want to turn it on.
Do you not know the result?
No.
Do you know the result of the first game?
No, because it was on at 9 o'clock at night, Eastern Standard Time. Don't Google the result, because I'm going to react to it next.
All right, okay.
It's not been, I don't think it's been very well advertised over here, has it?
Not at all. I've not seen it on anything.
I didn't even know it was on until you mentioned it.
BT Sport was on showing it last night. I don't know if they're showing the whole tournament, but I saw it on BT Sport last night.
Right,
and
okay.
It's, like I say, someone texted me the other day and said, "Oh, it's England or Great Britain versus USA at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, which would have been 2 o'clock our time in the morning." After they'd been at the match all day.
That's a big no-no, isn't it? It's not happening.
I had no way I'm staying up to that, like, no chance.
Yeah, no.
I feel like any sport we compete in to a decent level on an international level, it should be pushed a little bit, shouldn't it? Because that seems exciting. And
Do you know why it's not pushed on the channels over here?
Because does it compete with?
No, there's no women
football?
involved.
No women involved.
No, they're not interested in any sport at the moment unless women are involved.
Really?
Yeah, TV channels have all gone that way. Simple.
But there must be some female pundits or people that are interested in baseball.
Sure there is. I'm sure there's loads. That's the reason why they're not pushing it at the moment. They've got bigger issues with arguing about politics in sport at the moment, which is embarrassing.
There's one. I think it was in Austria years ago when my brother was working out there. And it was
was it the World Basement Championships?
It was, yeah.
Hide and seek.
We know who the holder of that one is, so don't we?
The Fritzl Cup. No, it was. It's done over ice, but it's where there's horses pulling these kind of sleds, but they're almost like a skeleton sort of sled. You know, like it's a really. I don't know what the sport's called, but it's quite obscure. And it was the World Championships of it. Well, my bro, I'm sure it was in Austria, and Great Britain won it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was like became world champions. And we went to the course because we watched it another time, and there's no one there, and it's just like this unassuming little track where you can go and get little bottles of Jägermeister and freeze your nuts off while you're watching the horses. And when they won it, there's barely any crowd, and it turned out that my bro and a load of his mates that were all English from the hotel they were working at were watching it, so they started celebrating with them. And the people were so blown away and appreciative that there was some Brits over there watching them.
Yeah,
because it's quite an obscure sport anyway.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah, and it's like
I've never seen it.
Well, it's when horses kind of pull the smaller carriages where it's like 1 or 2 people on it.
Yeah,
you see like the sort of gypsy thing over
like
here,
chariot
on the
races,
streets.
same thing.
Similar, yeah.
But they do that at the racetracks in the USA.
Pony and track, is it something?
They do it at the racetrack in the USA.
I think it's.
Yeah,
I'm not 100% on the ins and outs of it, but I feel like it was maybe because it was on ice and snow, it made it more obscure.
Right, okay. So it was like that, but on ice.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, they were absolutely buzzing that there was some Brits watching him. But if you tell people that we've just won a international championship, world championship, people might be interested.
Yeah, I thought there might be a bit more sort of it over here with the baseball anyway, at the very least. But
it's a big sport, isn't it? So.
Of course it is.
It's being pushed a bit more, isn't it? They are trying to do it.
British TV, though. Yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.